Hey, happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Heroes. And we're trying something new that I will pre-apologize for. This is a Pulp Cthulhu campaign set in Edo period Japan. So I'm apologizing for pronunciation. I'm apologizing for cultural appropriation, and I'm going to apologize for getting shit wrong. It's going to happen. But it should be fun. And so we'll leave it there. Tonight we have with us Rodney, Lily, Wes, and Nick. We're going to introduce our characters from the left on in. So we'll start with Rodney, who's muted.
Fucking hell, man. My character is Daizan. He is a monk. Word on the street is he caught his master off gallivanting around with some samurai, drinking, womanizing, probably smoking some of the opium or something like that. Went back to the temple, burned his enlightenment certificate, took a piss on the statue of the Buddha, and set off into the wilds of Japan to find the way.
Nice.
Next is Lily.
Oh, I'm next.
Yep.
Well, I am playing Nomiya Ayeka. She is the daughter of Senichi. Played. And she has been expelled from her clan because of her mother's failure. So she is a bounty hunter now.
She's a Ronin.
Yes, she's a Ronin.
All right. Nick.
Hi, my character's name is Yamamoto Kyoji. He's essentially he's a commoner who's looking for work, essentially a drifter. Yeah. He's a laborer.
And finally, Wesley James Young.
Yes, indeed. I am playing Ito Sorai, former magistrate, currently serving as a school teacher because he made the mistake of killing the son of a merchant whom his daimyo was indebted to because things arrived too late. So yeah, he got sent out to the boonies.
So he's basically also a Ronin.
I didn't say Ronin.
Yeah, he's like a step up from Ronin.
Yeah, he's still retained. He's
at that chaos point where he either can become a Ronin or become a corpse.
Thereabouts. He's Jimmy McNulty.
All right. Very good. So we open this up in the city of Hamamatsu, which is the 29th stop on the sorry. I don't know why I put myself through this. The 29th stop on the Takeda Road, which goes from Kyoto to Edo. You're all there in time for the Kite Festival, which happens yearly. And you are currently on the cliffs overlooking the beach, watching the kites being flown. There's all different sorts, huge box kites, smaller, sleek kites. There are the ones that look like windsocks that race around. There are kites that take a crowd of people to control, and they're all being flown. Some of them are going through dogfights, and that's where you are. It is a nice breezy day. It is it's like at the beginning of the summer, end of spring, and there you are, and you can interact with each other for a while to kind of set the mood.
I'm standing out there with my alms bowl out.
I'm actually probably not far from Rodney's character because Ayeka's probably playing her Samsa. just playing it.
Yeah,
Just got a bowl next to
yeah, you guys are all in the general area. It's nice. You're up on the top of the cliff, overlooking the sea, and the kites are flying, dotting the skies. There's a lot of kids running around. It looks like a lot of people have gone all out for this. Pardon me. There's different vendors out that are selling food and different wares, souvenir kites if you wanted to get in on the action, that kind of thing.
I will go drop some coins in the monk's bowl.
Yeah, I was going to do the same.
Arigato.
How old is your character?
Mid 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
It is a fine day for the kites, is it not, Sir Monk?
Yes. Very windy.
Yes. This is the first time seeing the festival?
You've seen one festival, you've seen them all.
True, but let's keep having them all.
Let me ask you one favor, please.
Yes.
Can you move one step over to the right? You're standing in my sunlight.
There you are. Here's your sunlight.
Ah, thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And would it kill you to take a bath?
I'll forget that slight.
We're trying to go full PvP before anything.
I mean, we haven't even had anything started yet. We're about to go down.
How would one address a monk? Like, is there a certain name that they would say, or was it just okay?
Yeah, we'll just say monk.
Yeah.
I tried to look it up, but I didn't spend a whole lot.
I know there's a specific word for it, but I don't remember what it is. But yeah, it's pretty much the equivalent of monk.
Yeah,
you could probably get away with the honorific for father.
Yeah, I know it's hard to figure out monks because they don't quite fit.
Oh, we fit everywhere.
That's the problem.
Unlike you, I don't need traveling papers. You have ink stains on your hand. Why? Are you a painter?
Teacher.
Ooh, a teacher.
Yes.
What do you say about this teacher, Mr. Laborer?
It's all very interesting, I guess. I don't know how to really read or write myself.
Well,
were either of you
father?
Were either of you hungry? I was wondering if you'd like to split a pot of rice or something.
What time is it?
It's getting on late morning.
Late morning? Oh, as long as it's before noon.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Are you buying?
I can make some right here.
You live here.
No, I'm a traveler, but I do have a pot in my back. And then I point to my backpack, which is like oversized. It's kind of unnaturally big.
It has one of those little shades on top.
Yeah.
Are you a merchant?
Pot is the shade.
No, I need to keep my tools with me, just in case for any job. Shovel, hoe, pick, axe. I don't know what.
An artisan.
No, just a laborer, getting work where I can.
You playing the thing. You playing the thing.
Oh, she's ignoring you.
I think
I didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, in character, she's probably ignoring you.
She's concentrated.
I'm going to throw one of the coins over into her bowl to get her attention.
Yes.
Would you like to eat? Are you hungry?
Ups and thinks about it for a second. I don't actually know. I suppose I am.
Not hungry? No, you would not like to eat?
Do you know
No,
your
I
next-
was not sure if I was hungry, but I suppose I am. When
This
one's
gentleman's about to make
playing,
some
you
rice.
get into it.
Please join us. The more the merrier. Come.
Yes. Pull up your mat.
I go into my bag and I pick out my pot and my rice. I don't know. I guess I gather up some tinder and make a fire.
Build a fire right there in the street.
Maybe not right in the street where everyone's going. If there's like, I don't know.
Well, okay, so the way this is all set up is you have like a nice strip of green cliff that overlooks the water to the east. Behind the strip, you actually get a more of an urban setting, and it is a fairly decent sized city.
Is there anyone selling tea nearby?
Sure, yeah.
I will go purchase some tea and bring it back.
That's fine. You go and purchase tea. There's it's a limited supply since it's a street cart vendor, but you were able to purchase the tea that you request.
Yep. And of course, then I'll carefully pour out for everyone.
Thank you, good sir.
A
said that you were
scholar
a
and a
teacher?
Well,
I didn't think you went all full on geisha with that.
not quite. They're a monk, a ronin, and a laborer. We're not quite going that far.
Egg is trying not to laugh as he's serving the tea because this is hilarious to her.
Pardon me.
How many times in your life have you been served by a man?
I could get used to it.
It is a duty in this particular case. That must be
Usually mine, so by all means, continue.
God dang it! I forgot that.
You had a prime opportunity.
No, he didn't.
As you guys are cooking rice and drinking tea, everyone give me a spot hidden roll.
Ooh.
52. I missed it.
Oh, I
Made
mixed that.
Missed it.
Yeah,
by
made
one.
it.
So Lily's the only one who made it?
I made it.
I made it.
Oh, okay. So you three, since shit, I'm gonna have to learn your characters' names on that. Since Yamamoto is cooking, he's excused from this because the smell of his rice overpowers the thing that you guys actually smell, which is a very earthy, salty smell that is somewhat familiar, but you can't quite place where you've smelt this before. Just maybe because you don't have the correct context. And as it's strong, especially considering that you're outside on a breezy day. You have this strong odor coming in, blowing off of the cliffs onto the ocean, and as you look up, not in shock but just in disbelief from the smell, because it's powerful and shouldn't be there. There's a young woman stumbles into the area. She stumbles around for a few times, falls to her knees, and clutches the monk's robes, and then collapses.
Excuse me.
And that aroma is coming off of her.
I get up to help her.
Yeah, she is she's covered with wounds that look crusted over, reddish brown scabs. And does anybody have a medical of any sort?
I got a first aid.
First aid to work.
Okay.
First aid or healing? Did I put healing? Was that what I used?
Yeah. Healing.
Yeah, so if you have first aid or heal.
Yeah, I've got first aid, got it at 25.
Okay, yeah. She's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah, and you pass that check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as you could tell, she's been dead for longer than the 15 seconds that it took for her to collapse in front of you. It looks like she's been dead for about 2 weeks, is your best guess. And looking over her body, you notice that her mouth is flecked with what looks like a brownish foam, like just at the corners.
Well,
I've come over to her, so I'm bending over her, trying to see if I can help.
Unless you know the ancient ritual of resurrection, she's off to her next incarnation.
Yeah, you hear a commotion. Pardon me.
I hear a commotion.
You hear a commotion coming from the direction of the city as a group of people start running after her, led by a man, a shortish man in what looks like blue robes, and he is carrying a jete. He stops at you and identifies himself as Inspector Ishada.
Good morning, Inspector. We seem to have stumbled upon a corpse.
Yes, this particular corpse has been leading us on a merry chase through the city. She made a beeline out here and collapsed.
Inspector.
Yes.
Oh, doctor.
I'm sorry.
I am no doctor, Inspector, but it would appear that this woman has been dead for far longer than you've been chasing her.
Oh?
Now, far be it from me to criticize your practices as a magistrate, but you would think you might be able to keep a little bit more control over the dead around here.
She's not from around here.
Ah, well, that explains everything.
She entered the city from off the road and bypassed the checkpoint. We tried to stop her, and she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't listen. I guess that explains the odor. But
yes,
I've dealt with death for a very long time, and this doesn't quite smell like that, does it? It's close, but not quite what you would expect.
I'm not entirely certain what to expect.
Would I agree with him?
Yes.
About the smell?
Yes.
Yes.
There's definitely some.
Aika hasn't really responded. She's just kind of studying the situation. She thinks they're nuts considering the monk just said this lady's been dead for a long time.
She has.
I didn't say that out loud. I'm just saying she's watching you guys because it's a very strange situation.
Well, what did you say she's been dead for a long time?
What's that?
What makes you say she's been dead for a long time?
Well, you see, I passed a first aid roll. And God told me that she's been dead for a while. I don't know. You didn't give me the specifics. You just said she was been dead for some time.
Her decay. You said she was decaying.
Her decay, the state of her wounds.
Right. The state of these wounds. You see this wound here, how it is crusty. It is deep enough to bleed, yet it is clearly not bleeding. And we have this strange foam around her mouth.
You're definitely going to have to figure out where this woman came from. He quickly.
Does she smell like the sea?
No, she doesn't. Though there is a little bit of a brine to it, but it's not the sea. He motions over two of his men and instructs them to go to the point where she emerged and enter the city and try and follow her back trail.
Which city is this, by the way?
Hamamatsu.
Hamamatsu.
It is the 29th checkpoint along the road. That picture that's up is actually the wood cut for the checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
They have one for every one. There's 53 of them in the set.
Nice.
And that's our group sitting around the little campfire.
Whose butt is that?
Wes.
Okay. It could be Wes.
There's
I'll
a couple
say
of butts,
mine,
actually.
but
There's a couple of butts.
Yeah.
mine's probably showing. My clothes aren't that great.
Anyway, he asked you all since you know you were the ones around. Is there any reason why she would come to you? Do you recognize her at all?
I do not recognize her, but perhaps she was in need of a priest.
Oh, he looks up just as if just noticing that you are indeed a priest. Oh, well, she definitely needs one now. Don't really know how this is going to work, but are you familiar with the rites of the dead?
More or less.
Okay. More or less. So I'm probably thinking that time is of the essence in this, since you claim that she's been dead for longer than this.
Yes, yes.
We probably want to take care of her sooner rather than later. So if you would come along with me, and we'll take her to the Potter's Field.
Are there any graveyards back along the road from whence she came?
What?
Are there any
you
graveyards back along the road from whence she came?
That's not how we do things in Japan.
You must be from Portugal.
Look, Wesley be a Dutch merchant. I couldn't be a Dutch merchant.
Wesley, your character's died in character creation. Welcome to Traveler No Nippon.
Oh, crud.
No, there are. We don't bury our dead along the roads. We live in a civilized country. The shogun has brought order
and culture, civilization.
Yeah, we're not barbarians. You think we are?
Well, while they're talking about
We're
this,
Chinese.
can I tell what kind of wounds those are on her? Like what made them?
Yeah. Let's
Know
see.
if they were sword wounds or not.
Oh, they're certainly not sword wounds. They're not the result of fighting. They do you have any? Let's see. We can do medical, but you don't have that.
Only thing I got is base stuff for that type of stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that. Do you have track or natural world? Survival.
I definitely have track, Steve. I got track.
All right, roll. Give me a roll of track at hard, or no, do it at. Yeah, just do it at with a penalty die.
No, there's no chance to be making that anyway. 75.
Yeah.
My track is 30. So yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell that it's not the result of combat, and it's not the result of swords. It's certainly not blunt trauma. It's not. They're like scratches that are deep, but not really deep.
No, okay.
Not like that.
No, that's really all Ike was looking for, was to see if it was been attacked.
It doesn't. That's not the nature of these wounds. They're more.
No, that's all she was looking
They're
at. Because I mean, that would be something she'd be able to tell like right off. Being a Ronin is, oh, she was attacked.
Yeah. She certainly was not attacked.
Yes, please summon the coffin maker.
So he
Call the coffin maker.
he motions for another couple of his men to get a transport for her, and he invites you to come with him to go to the site of the ad hoc burial.
Yes.
You're all come along as probably the closest thing she's going to have to living witnesses.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we redline. You're now on the outskirts of the city on the other side, in the not so nice next section of town, and you are in the Potter's Field. There's a shrine. It's not great. It's definitely not the one they show off when the Shogun is in town.
I like this place.
And just so you know, this actually is an important town. There's a on top of the highest hill in town. There's a fort that was that was occupied by a close relative of the Shogun up until recently, and it is to become the. It's a cushy position to get to be the daimyo of this area. It's close enough to Edo, where you're part of the action, but it's far enough away where you're away from the action.
You would, I'm sure you would kill your mother to obtain that appointment, wouldn't you, scholar?
Kill her? No, but I would be tempted to. I will admit. It is an honorable position.
Very gruesome things.
Well, you have to actually. This is kind of where they stick the powerful relatives to more or less shut them up.
Should have a little bit more respect for the
This
dead.
would be a perfect place for Wes's character, honestly.
except for the powerful and the relative part.
Fuck it, we don't care who he belongs to. Just send him there to shut him up.
I don't think that the Itos are related to the Tokugawa.
No, we advise We advise another family.
Yeah, they're the Grima worm tongues of
Yes.
Edo, Japan.
I knew I didn't like him.
See, this is the kind of stuff I have.
You were advisors to the Oda clan.
No, it didn't end up that terrible. It didn't end that poorly.
Snake want to see one.
So, Rodney.
Yes, sir.
How is your sending the dead skills?
My sending the dead skills?
Your monking?
Yeah.
My monking. I can meditate. I can probably look it up in my book.
Yeah. Okay. So you're winging this.
I'm winging it.
What you're saying, because
I'm
there was a spell. Well, he doesn't know this. I thought I had included a spell here. No, maybe I didn't.
I have
like the regular. It's something that you would know as just being part of the priesthood. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't really give me much by way of like knowledge, religion, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you can.
I could use yokai since we're dealing with spirit world.
That'll be it. Roll your yokai.
Actually, that makes perfect sense.
I was probably absent that day because I rolled a 99.
Ooh, that day.
Fortunately for you, no one knows any better. And you start the ritual just to send the spirit peaceably off. And most people pay lip service to this kind of thing and say that they can feel her at rest under normal circumstances when they don't really know shit.
Right.
So you're able to wing it.
I do know that at some point it involved actually ordaining the person beforehand.
Yes, I mean you're able to do the trappings of the ritual, but you don't feel no one else but you don't really feel as if it did anything.
I look over at Nick's character and like mouth, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm a bad monk.
You know what? I have read lips.
Really
Can I see
bad.
if I saw that, Steve?
I turn to him. I go, "It's okay. You're doing fine."
I know.
I just want to use this skill. Can I read their lips to see what they're saying?
Certainly are more than
going.
With an 18.
Yeah, you see that
I have a certificate of enlightenment, and I have no idea how to do this.
You're definitely well, it's because you pissed on your certificate.
No, I burned the certificate.
But yeah, you're face palming at this point, Lily.
That's exactly what she's doing. She's just like, oh my god.
Pray your ancestors.
As soon as
it's going to be a bumpy ride.
As soon as I praise him for his work.
Thank you.
Fantastic work, Monk. I believe that
she has a little thing of sake. She just takes a sip of.
I believe that she has passed on now, or whatever the term would be.
Yes, that's some fine work you did there, Sir Monk. That's some fine work.
Thank you. Can I get some of that? That's okay. I brought my own.
Well, now that that's over with,
thank Buddha, it is over.
How, if you don't mind me asking, how long do you plan on staying in Hamamatsu? And don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that you had anything to do with this. but you are the only reference point I have right now. And if it would please you, and he kind of strokes the tail a little bit, just to remind you that he is the man.
Strokes the jete.
Well, he makes it more prominent. Its presence is definitely prominent. Your eyes go down to it. It's his badge of office. I would request that you stay for a little bit longer while we conduct this investigation. Frankly, I've never dealt with anything like this before. There's just stuff like this does not happen. And I would like to keep you around for questioning. And, you know, if you wanted to help us out a little bit, your guess is as good as mine. If you could, you know, maybe do a little bit of investigating yourselves, that would help us out immensely. And obviously, I wouldn't ask you to be doing that for free. You would definitely get standard rates for helping us out.
That certainly answers my questions.
That would be plot amount.
Plot amount. Okay.
Yay! Neat.
I was coming here to Hamamatsu to look for work.
It's the cost of a Model A in 1930.
$325.
I will politely bow at the appropriate level and thank the magistrate for the honor of being able to aid in his quest.
Thank you.
Plot amount sounds like
Ayaka is
more
not that
than
polite. Well, I was here to look for bounties anyway. I will not refuse work.
Excellent.
Daizan licks his finger, sticks it in the air. The wind is not blowing today.
It actually
In the
is.
proper direction.
I was.
I didn't get to the point.
Imagine half of us turn to him to go, wait, it is.
I was getting ready to
There was a
blow
whole
on his
kite
finger.
festival.
I was going to blow on the fingers.
The wind does not move. It is the mind that moves. I wish I had a rattle for when he walks.
Can't just do
If
this.
you ever, if your character ever looks at Ayaka, she is giving you the most. You are such full of bullshit.
Maybe the
Look,
dice were pretty bad.
Take a bunch of dice, stick them in your cup, your hands up, and
Ito is neither impressed nor unimpressed.
he's neutral. Okay,
Indeed.
so Shada gives you, a couple of starting points. Obviously, we have people running her back trail, and they will report to me, hopefully, by tomorrow. In the meanwhile, just from her dress, she wasn't well off. Obviously, and then from where she was buried, so she obviously wasn't of samurai stock. We would have treated her a little bit differently. So, but yeah, anything you can find out. If you wanted to just ask around. Here's some throwing around money.
Some throwing around money, shit.
And
I do like this shrine.
How much throwing around money?
Throwing around money.
plot throwing around money. He
Plot
also
throwing around.
gives you he also gives you each a letter that he signed that gives you authority to investigate this particular crime or thing.
Ooh.
And this particular thing only Wes.
This is not Elvis's.
Well, this is a
Mark
very
Johnson.
odd thing to have written here. Who's Wes?
I am the law.
Sounds Chinese.
I am the
Was a
law.
game where Wes got some sort of privilege and And it was the D&D game.
We mean some sort of privilege. Every game in which he gets any sort of privilege.
It was Chris Earth, and we
got those badges.
Yeah, we were
to say we were working.
And he was ready to go full on fucking Tombstone with it.
Ain't no ready to. He did. He went there. He went to a black market agent to intimidate him.
Yeah.
And immediately fucked up.
Right.
I'm gonna shake him down a little.
Right. Also, everyone at this point, by agreeing to help out Ishida, you can all make an honor roll.
Ooh,
I'm on the honor roll.
honor, baby.
I do not make that. Wait. Oh shit! I'm gonna spend. Oh, I can't.
You can't spend luck for this.
Okay.
If you make it, nothing happens. If you fail it, you will get 9 points of temporary honor that you can use in the course of the investigation.
If you fail
All right,
it,
say that again.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you fail it,
So it's like a skill check, a luck check at the beginning of the game.
oh, okay.
So you get if you made the roll, nothing. You don't get the bump. If you fail the roll, you get a bump. You get 9 points of honor that could be used in addition to your regular amount of honor you have. But it can only be used in the course of this particular investigation.
Okay, so that's what we're honor for. Honor, we're gonna spend it like we spend luck, man.
Well, it's not going to be spent, but it's.
I mean, not exactly, but I mean, in the principle of how it works, you're gonna spend it.
Right. If you're butting heads with somebody who you think that you can out honor, where you would have a higher station than they do, you can roll a contested honor roll and kind of use that against them, and vice versa.
9 points. Hey, I am honorable. I am.
And if you fuck up an honor check really badly, bad things happen. So be careful.
I rolled 85 on my first honor roll, so we're good to go.
Well, no, that was just to see if you get the bump.
Yes.
All right. So
okay.
Mark it down. Temporary though. It's not going to last longer than working with Ishida. Okay. Ishida. Sorry, my fault.
Ishida. So where did this lady come from?
Well, he has got people on that. As far as you know, she came in to the city. It's not a walled city, but they do. They have the road, and people are expected to use the road. And going into the city, there's a checkpoint. Going out of the city, there's a checkpoint. You present your papers. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention there was 59 of them?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
No, I meant like where she came upon the road.
Oh, you can definitely. She didn't come upon the road, so she entered the city like from the rice paddies.
Okay. Well, let's.
I can try tracking that, but I don't know how well that'll work. Don't call me that.
What is your name?
Aika.
Aika Chan.
She kind of
do you have any
her
expertise?
Brow at you with that one.
Daizan just has a great big smile.
Aika's like in her mid early 20s, so yeah, she's could be called that, but she's a little.
Daizan always has a great big smile.
Why don't we take this opportunity to describe our characters a little bit? We'll go from Rodney on in.
Okay. Well, he's like we said, like late 30s, early 40s. He's bald, no facial hair. His His monastic garments are not in the best shape since he's been on the road for a little while, but that's pretty much all he has. He has a shakujo staff, which is like a bow staff with a brass head with rings hanging off of it that rattles when he walks. And he's generally got a pleasant, almost a devil may care demeanor.
All right, Lily.
Yeah, Aika's fight build. She doesn't particularly look like she's much of a fighter. She's in appearance, but she's got dark hair. She's got it tied back. Her kimono isn't exactly anything special. Like, she doesn't look like she's ranking. She carries a shamisen on her back, but she still has her swords where they're visible. That's pretty much it about her.
All right. Nick, tell us
A
about
Ronin with 2 swords. That is special.
Yamamoto looks like he's like a 48-year-old man. So I don't know. I think that's kind of old for this era, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Moderately.
I had to think about it. It's like, lifespan wasn't that great.
Especially after an itinerant worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. So he's balding pretty heavily. He usually wears a head covering. He has common patchwork clothing. It's maybe been like sewn up a little bit in a few places. He has an oversized backpack, but his significant feature that's usually noticeable is he has a big facial scar. That goes on the side of his face. It was from an accident. And
And finally, Wes.
He has a 35 appearance. He's pretty ugly.
On a scale of 1 to 100.
100.
Are you? 30. Ooh.
That's he has big facial scar and such.
I mean, depending on where the facial scar is, it can be attractive, but apparently yours is not one of them.
No, it's like his cut off part of his ear too. It's like forehead down here.
Old man, you look like you were caught in a rice picker accident.
Sure.
Actually, with a 30, I'm pretty sure people actually do go, yeah, every time they look at you.
It's a possibility.
Okay, what's Wes look like?
All right. Ito, of course, has a well-coiffed top knot. His clothes are nice. Not exactly saying he's flush with cash, but he's got some cash on him. Sporting both, sporting his double swords, of course. His usual demeanor is very calm and reserved, and that's about it for Ito.
Okay, so
On a scale of 1 to 100, how hot is he?
50.
Oh,
Average.
Not interested.
terribly average.
Yeah, I think it's a 70.
He's interested.
That's okay. Daizan's a 45.
wow, we got an ugly crew happening. It's about time we
Stands out more with you fucks than she would by herself.
about time we had that.
Holy God.
An ugly crew.
Ugly ass fucking sisters.
Like a bunch of fucking pretty boys and girls. This time only Lily.
I use it to my advantage. That's why I do it.
Only Lily. This time it's like you guys look like
Snow White and the hideous
fucking-
dwarves. Jesus
You look like the fucking Japanese Rolling Stones.
Sometimes you get hit by a fucking star.
I've got
Jesus.
law. I've got law. I can fix that.
Okay, so he also provides you with a centralized place to stay. So he puts you up in an inn.
I prefer the shrine. That place needs a good cleaning.
I know you're a priest, but I can't have you in the shrine.
Why not?
I need to keep track of you as well. Make sure that I'm putting a lot on the line to hire random people to help me out here. But like I said, we're stretched out, and I need to do this. But it is my reputation and my position on the line. And if you're going to help, you're going to have to make some concessions. Not like I'm putting you in a rat hole. I'm going to put you in a moderately nice inn that is centralized and near where I can get a hold of you if I need you.
Well, I can't speak for my companions and their skills. But from what I've seen so far, my lord, you might want to eat some more of those red bean buns, soften up those abs a little bit.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
What does that even mean?
Okay,
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Oh my god, what was that?
All right.
What happened? What just happened? I'm so confused.
My character's laughing at the chuckle.
He told him to make his abs softer.
Hold on, I need my calendar here.
What do you need your calendar for?
You gotta write that shit down.
No, get that shit down. I need God damn it. Sorry. I should be more organized.
Mark in the date.
I should be more organized.
October 30th, 2017. Remember to kill Rodney's character.
Yeah.
Man, that might have been a killer back in the day. He's making his abs soft.
Yeah, makes it easier to cut them open.
That chuckle was made.
Here we go. This is what I want.
Okay.
He says to he'll meet you at your rooms at the hour of the rooster.
Bloody hour of the rooster.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't usually get up before the hour of the rat.
Yeah, well,
And I have no idea what time that is.
Yeah, the rooster is 6. I'm around.
Yeah, I figured it was just the rooster crows.
And,
it's like I'm back at the monastery.
And rat is around midnight. So yeah. So we're meeting at the hour of the rooster. And you could tell me what you've learned. And once again, I thank you all. And he strides off to go deal with other pressing problems at a major festival.
That, my friends, is a man who's either very comfortable in his position or determined to die.
The duties of a magistrate are strenuous indeed. They multiply and divide you.
It's overrated. Let's go.
Yes, let's go check out the rice paddy area where she came in.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
See if we can pick up a trail.
As I leaf through the money that I was just handed.
No would be tink 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 because it's coins.
No paper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coins on a string. You gonna bite them to see if they're real?
He totally bites them to see if they're real.
Put it in your sleeve. All right. So the rice paddies are located to the northwest of the city.
Mm-hmm.
From the paddies, you can see the road ribboning along the coast that leads out or to the city, depending on
Which direction you're
walking in. There are people out in the fields working. One of them looks up and says, "Yamamoto, hey!" That doesn't happen.
Okay. I was like, what?
It's like the remake of Zatoichi, where they all just break out in a random song and dance number.
Yeah, they are singing rice picking songs. How's that?
I know that song. Yes. That's a fantastic song.
Yeah, I sing along with it.
You make your way around to the other side, where you were told that she cut in from the wilds.
The wilds.
So beyond the rice paddies.
Yes.
How far beyond the rice paddies?
Well, you have the rice paddies, and then you have where the agriculture stops, the woods begin.
I would like to see if I could pick up a trail of any sort.
Okay. Give me a track and tell me how well you did it.
Not at all, because it's a 45.
Yeah. There seems to be a jumble of tracks there, because if you remember, he did send people to go and check along her back trail, and the result is multiple tracks obscuring her tracks, and it's unfollowable, as they maybe weren't the best trackers themselves.
Would there be any way of finding out if there were like any shrines or forts or anything in those woods at one point in time?
Can ask your monk.
I thought you were going to say, "Can ask your mother."
No, while they're conversing about that, Aika's actually going into the woods further to see if she can see anything.
I don't have history.
Well, you have it at base.
No.
Don't know much about
oddly
history.
That would be a bit of history that you would know.
Yeah.
You would have access to that, maybe a scribe. Actually, Nick, you can also make a history roll. You might be familiar with these woods.
Oh, how about that?
I've traveled enough.
Make it.
No, I didn't.
What's base in history?
5.
I got an 03.
Wow. That is legendary.
There are shrines dotted, in various places in the woods, but nothing. Wes, what are you trying to find out?
Well, I was trying to think. Maybe she might have been buried. It's like near an old shrine somewhere in there.
Okay.
Or an old fort there.
Once again, I'm just going to say they don't do that.
There are many shrines out in the woods.
Well, I'm not saying someone
wouldn't
legitimately
profane-
wanted to.
Okay,
I'm
but
saying
you
like
don't-
maybe some guy whacked her in the woods and left her behind.
But how would you? There's no way of knowing that. Absolutely no way.
No,
I'm speculating.
I mean, they left dead bodies in the wood all the time. They were just never actually documented because there were people that were trying to hide those bodies.
Right, and you don't want to profane the shrines because that's bad. That's how you turn. That's how you turn gods into yokai.
Yeah. When good gods go bad.
That's right. But it's okay because I've got this watch.
Time for cheek squeaker.
Oh my.
There is a yokai in Yokai Watch that is a butt.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of really weird yokai in Japan.
No, this is in that anime Yokai Watch. My kids watch it occasionally, and it looks like a butt.
It is a butt.
With foul aroma coming from between. Yeah. This isn't that kind of game. Anyway, Wes, there's no way of knowing.
I mean, that's a legit yokai, man. Don't be knocking it.
You could go and spend your time searching the woods, which are actual
That's
woods
what I'm doing.
for buried bodies. What are you looking for?
Not that.
I'm not looking for buried bodies, but I'm looking for anything because I mean I couldn't make out anything there, so might as well go further in.
She's out there looking for like snap twigs and stuff.
Upturned earth.
Yeah, like I said, that the police that went before you have ruined any possibility of a trail.
Are there any farmers out here?
There are not where you are, but there are definitely people working the fields.
Are we near any fields? I mean,
You're near the rice paddies. You just walk
Right.
past the rice paddies.
walk past them following the trail, which is at the moment fairly easy to follow because the magistrate's agents fucked it all up and made it completely obvious.
Yeah, but once you get to the woods, it's it's chaos.
Patterns off.
Yeah, you can't follow it.
Right. So, is there anyone who appears to have been working all day instead of attending the festival?
Yeah,
Well,
there's
there's a
anyone
bunch of
working?
people.
Everybody in
the
that
rice
field.
paddies.
All right, I want to go to the rice fields and ask those people, since I kind of look like them at least.
All right. So Nick, you go into the paddy, and what are you doing? Just randomly tapping people on the shoulder.
Have you seen this woman?
I don't like to tap them on the shoulder. I hail them beforehand. Hi. Wave. Let my presence be known at least.
Who has the lowest luck of y'all?
I have 50.
I actually didn't calculate my luck. How do you get luck again?
386
Figure
times
it out.
5.
I got a 55.
So do I.
386 times 5.
Let me calculate that real quick.
I have a 50.
So far,
Very
No,
unlucky
Nick,
man.
Nick, you have 65 according to the sheet you gave.
Wow.
Oh, that's luck. My
No,
fault.
that's my
your
sanity.
My
Yeah.
fault.
My luck and sanity are the same number.
I am sorry.
That's because you didn't roll it separately, did you?
No, I did. I just didn't have a lot of pow.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
My
it's
luck
not
is 85
dependent-
apparently.
It's not dependent on POW.
I know. I'm just saying by coincidence I
All
rolled a
right,
55.
Nick,
Yeah.
roll your luck.
Ooh, I got an 83.
Okay.
Ooh.
You weren't lucky enough that the inspector to give you a charcoal sketch of the girl.
Okay.
That was we were rolling for.
No woodblock print.
Well, just like have you seen this? Have you seen this girl? Hey, that's what you were rolling for. Okay.
They have a police sketch artist.
They do. How else do they like? They don't have. They certainly don't have photography. So
I approached one of the farmers or rice pickers. One of
okay.
the harvesters.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I don't have a picture of her. I asked if they've seen anything suspicious. A woman just ran through here from the woods. We were just wondering if you had seen anything.
You have.
And if you are completely busy, I totally understand. I myself am trying to find work.
Well, there's no more work here. This is we've got too many people doing this so far.
Oh yeah, it looks like you have it handled. Don't worry, I'm not trying to take your job.
Why? What are you looking for?
A woman, was it a young woman?
Yeah.
She was fairly
young woman.
young.
A young woman ran from the outskirts of the fields, rice paddies, I guess, over here, and I point in the general direction. She ran through the fields and into town, or into the city. You wouldn't have happened to see anything, would you have? Or
Well, you know, the police, they asked about that, and we told them that she came from over there, and she went over to there. It was odd. Usually you don't get, most people respect the rice and go around the fields or use the actual road. So I guess that's a little odd. But she came from that direction, and he points over to the woods where you were. But, you know, I don't know where she came from prior to that.
My good man.
Oh, a monk.
Where?
How can I help you, father?
Do you happen to know anything about the local spirits?
Well, the Inn of the Hanged Boar has very good sake.
Not those spirits. Not those spirits, my friend. The spirits. Local
Yokai.
gods and yokai and
Well, there's nothing special around here. Nothing more than what we normally would get. I mean, they don't. The spirits avoid the city as much as they can. You know, there might be something out in the woods, but you know, I don't go out there.
well, have you heard any stories about anything possibly being in the woods?
There's plenty of stories of things that are out in the woods. I hear, there's tales of a spirit that waylays travelers at night and drains them of their blood. There's stories of little green things that will take you off your path and lead you into danger.
Any particular yokai out in the woods who might possibly hitch a ride in a dead person, or maybe are so frightening that they would cause a dead person to run away?
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It is horrible.
They have those?
Well, yes, and outside of Kyoto.
Oh, glad I don't live near there.
Yes,
That's like a horrible place.
It is, and it smells.
Oh. Smells like what? What do you mean smells?
Kind of briny.
Well,
Earthy.
I will say that when she ran through here, there definitely was an odor. Yeah. It kind of made me hungry, but isn't that
Smell anything
weird?
like it before? I mean,
Yeah, now that you mention it, it was kind of familiar. But I mean, yeah. But I don't know where.
I see.
It was really strong, though. It was
quite
almost overpowering.
It was very strong, and if we could figure out what that smell is, because it was familiar to me as well. And I believe it was familiar to my associates.
Indeed, yes.
Shut it, scholar. Don't you
Damn.
have a paper to write?
I am writing a book, yes. All about maintaining a harmonious household.
Yes. Anyway,
Well, that's easy.
who's the best cook in town?
You don't need to have a degree, a fancy degree to tell you how to maintain a harmonious household.
Listen,
As soon as your kids get of age, sell them off.
A fine
Sell
lot
them off.
for
Get them into work. Get them into I'll tell you what.
a fabric maker.
Fabric maker. That's good money right there. If you could make the cut, you're set for life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Unless it's
fine
that
lot for
one-
your station, but not of mine.
Oh wow, sorry.
Oh my gosh, he's putting on airs out here in the mud.
I didn't mean to offend you, Samurai. I know that and he looks you up and down, that you all have it made.
Yeah. Forget an offense. Always remember praise. Fine thing is what I say.
That'll keep your house harmonious, right?
Indeed, it does.
Where's your house?
It's an elaborate metaphor for justice and whatnot. Things like cutting off a thief's arm and making sure that murderers are given a thorough.
Yes, Samurai, where is your house? As she comes wandering out of the woods into the rice.
Samurai, metaphors don't fill your stomach. Am I right?
The guy
Neither does the air of pretension.
He laughs. Because you're all right, Monk. You're all right. Yeah, the best eating house here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it is probably the Inn of the Hanged Boar.
I shall go there. Is there anybody specific I should ask for?
For what? You're looking to eat, right?
I'm looking to eat. I want to know who makes the best food there.
Well, they only have the one cook.
Ah, well, that makes it very simple.
Yeah.
Many thanks to you.
Her name is Mato. O-M-A-T-O.
Mato. Very many thanks to you, my friend. May the Buddha bless you in all your endeavors.
Hold on. All right. He goes, yeah, well, enjoy. Well, rice isn't going to pick itself.
Yep. The rice isn't going to pick.
And I get paid by weight. So.
Yes, my friend.
Well, it was nice talking to you, Monk. Then he pauses. Samurai. He bows a little too deeply.
Yes.
Come along, oh noble one. We must go.
Indeed.
Yes, oh noble one. He who lords over the mud.
I'm an exemplar, as are all.
So you guys are going to the Hanged Boar?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see anything to do out here. They put up the tracks. I got no ideas right now.
Okay.
Some talk inside of the Hang Boar is well happening.
Yeah, you make your way to the Hanged Boar, which is an inn. It's a restaurant and an inn, and not in the greatest part of town. It's in where you were the gentlemen who were just harvesting would be found. It's in a neighborhood of row houses, 2 stories, 1 room each, kind of thing. With a shared, I guess, chimney for the hearths.
Yes.
Dirt floors, no mats. Come on in. Everything's in 1 room.
You are really out of your element, aren't you, Samurai?
One could say that and be correct.
You have some mud on your sandals.
An unfortunate hazard.
Hello? Hello? Omatsu?
You walk in. It is now, we'll say, early afternoon, going towards late.
Get that rice.
No, we didn't.
No, we
No, we
didn't.
did not.
It's in the pot. It's in the pot. Don't worry.
It's in the pot
Lid.
back out of the cliff.
No. I put a lid on it.
Hello? Hello? Anyone home?
Yeah, it's not especially crowded right now, but it's a small place. You can tell there's definitely a lot more drinking than eating here.
Ah!
But
I am perfectly fine with that.
the smell of noodles wafts as you open the door. That competes with the smell of sour sake.
Noodles and rice and millet.
Oh,
I wonder if they had any good miso.
come in.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
We are. We would like to. We have heard that Omatsu is a fantastic cook.
She is. My wife makes the best bowl of buckwheat noodles this side of Edo.
Really?
You have me sold.
What a country.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's the only country you know.
Yes, it is a great country.
Yes, buckwheat noodles would be great. And sake.
Fine. Sake for everyone.
I don't know. Do you drink samurai?
Yes.
No, I don't drink samurai.
Oh, how droll. How droll.
The look of disgust.
A scholar in mud. Very uncomfortable.
So she takes your orders. Or
Haiku is hard.
He takes your orders around back, shows you to a table, or shows you to a table, then takes your orders. A few minutes later, you are greeted with your noodles and your sake, and everyone give me a perception check.
Ooh, perception.
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 What's perception?
You mean spot?
Yeah, spot.
Okay. Pass.
I will.
I'm going to spend 2 luck points to make that.
I will. No, I'm not spending 10 luck points.
My dice have
fail.
turned against me after such a long gap from.
I made it after spending 2 luck points.
All right. The noodles come in, and he plops down various different soy sauces to go with your noodles. And Robbie, you
Yes, sir.
and Nick, that smell is very, very familiar.
What is it?
Is it one of the sauces?
It's one of the soy sauces.
No.
Which sauce?
Well, it's actually that is the smell, very more diluted than from the woman,
Brian?
but it's the smell of soy sauce, but like really deep soy sauce.
My friend.
Yes.
Are you talking to me or?
I'm talking to the gentleman who placed these soy sauces.
Yeah.
Are any of these made locally?
No, there's no soy sauce made in this area. that gets imported.
Imported?
Yeah. There is I generally use, hold on.
There's a fuck here in Japan too.
Ooh.
Show you.
Wait, actually.
Show me. Gold mine.
Usually we use the Nobukiyo company.
Mm-hmm.
But they went out of business, and we've been using a new company that's been distributing the soy sauce. But they get the same brands. It's just the distributor.
Where would this distributor be located?
Well, he
If you
comes.
don't mind me asking. It's a rather unique scent palette in this soy sauce, and I'm just very curious about it.
It's Ronnie. It's not that particular soy sauce. It is just soy sauce.
Oh, it's just soy sauce?
Yeah, my fault.
Okay. As
far as you know.
Well, I'm just eating noodles because I'd have no idea what he's asking about.
Well, if she smelled like soy sauce, she had either been like eating soy sauce, dumped in soy sauce, was transporting soy sauce, or might have been working where soy sauce was made. And that was one of the purposes of my line of questioning was,
Oh, I know. I have a question I would like to ask, but I can't because I have to be in character.
Okay.
I don't know what you know, so yeah, I'm in character. She's just eating.
The gentleman that we've been dealing with now, his name is Hotta, Hotta.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes by and fulfills our soy sauce needs once a month.
Once a month. When's the next time he's coming through?
Was he coming through?
Well, he was just here 2 weeks ago, so he should be due in a couple of weeks.
Have you ever known him to travel with any companions, assistants?
Honestly, I don't know much about him. Like I said, after our I forgot the original guy's name. After he went under, Hata started to come around, and it's not like there's a lot of distributors that follow the route. So I'm assuming that he bought the route.
Mm-hmm. That would be a logical conclusion.
But yeah, we just place our order, and he comes back with our order and gets the next one. It's it's relatively simple. It's soy sauce, so we're always buying it, and it's pretty consistent. But it doesn't go bad, so it's not like fish where we have to have it ordered daily.
Yes. Well, I thank you very, very much for your time. I am sorry to have taken you away from your customer.
No. He looks around and goes, maybe later that would be an issue, but right now you guys are really the only people here. So it's a pleasure. I've never really met people who are interested in soy sauce, save soy sauce merchants.
Well,
and they get a little weird about it. So
I have often found myself awake at night considering what I should do if the priesthood doesn't really pan out.
Well, I hear.
I think you should look a little harder and faster.
Well, I hear that that the soy sauce manufacturing is it's not something you can just start up. You either have to marry into it or be born into it. Those are families that go back generations.
Good point.
As it should be.
These are damn fine noodles, by the way.
Well, thank you. Omato makes the best buckwheat noodles this side of Edo.
Yes, yes. And if we would like to say thank you in person to Miss Omatu.
Oh, okay. He yells out in the back something to the effect of, "Sweetheart, someone wants to pay you a compliment." And she comes out. You could see her through the window, the serving window. She comes out from around the back, and she's got her robe on. Her sleeves are rolled up, and she looks like at one point she was a very beautiful woman, but the years have been not hard on her, but not kind. She looks, like the rest of the people that you've seen in this area, just well worn,
Weathered.
Yes. Yes.
Miss Omatu. Miss Omato.
Yes.
Very fine noodles you create.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. People often claim that my noodles are the best you can get outside of Edo, but I don't know about that. But yes, I do pride myself on my buckwheat.
Yes, and if you would permit a simple monk to be so bold, our samurai Fred would like to give you a gift of coin.
Oh, well, just
a gratuity.
Oh, wow. Well, I never thought that the samurai were that kind of people, but
oh, this one is
very generous. This one.
That is certainly a great compliment, especially coming from you, samurai.
Indeed. But the meal is worthy of the compliment.
Thank you.
And of course, I provide her a modest, but complimentary gift.
Oh, come now, samurai! Were you not just singing the praises of these noodles?
It's a copy of his 6-volume scroll.
I take my staff and grind it into his little toe a little bit.
Damn.
I meant modest and coin. I'm not giving her a scroll. She's probably illiterate. That'd be a waste. I
think in your excitement you miscounted that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
By at least 5 coins.
And I think your aim is off. Of course, but she gets a couple more coppers.
I mean, a samurai must be a man of his word.
I gave her a complimentary gift. That was a compliment. I said it's appropriately scaled. We're not talking about giving away the Chrysler Bridge for a packet of biscuits here.
What is the Chrysler Bridge?
All of his money.
What is even the Chrysler Bridge outside?
What is a building?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, no. What?
Is the Chrysler Bridge in Detroit? No, it's in Flint, and that's what's poisoning the water.
Oh man!
Woo! All right. What was the name of the soy sauce company or family? I didn't write it down.
No.
Hata. H-O-T-T-A.
H-O-T-T-A.
H-O-T-T-A. Hata. Soy sauce distributor.
You said H-O-T-T-A?
H-O-T-T-A.
Hota.
Whatever he's saying is Hata.
It's Hota.
With Hota.
Like I said in the beginning of the game, I apologize.
No, I thought you were saying A. That's why I asked. To be clearer.
I apologize to everyone listening for my complete and utter lack of pronunciation. I'm trying to get through the spirit of this.
That's okay.
You are doing fine. I just was making sure I was spelling correctly, sir.
Okay, it is actually getting towards the hour of the rat or rooster. My fault. The rat is Rodney's thing.
Wow, it's getting toward the hour of the rooster.
Ooh.
6 in the evening or 6 in the morning?
6 in the evening. It's the sun's starting to go down. You've trekked out to town.
I thought rooster was morning.
No, this is evening.
Okay, well, I suppose we shall retire to our rooms.
The website I'm looking at. Rooster is sunset.
Okay.
Sunrise.
I don't know. I'm taking your word for it.
Sunrise is rabbit. So
right.
you have.
I know nothing of this.
You have just gone okay. So the whole thing went down.
There you go.
Hour of the snake.
Oh, we got you.
Which is late morning.
In other words, we're not going to remember this anyway, Steve. We're good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to get this.
We're not making fun of
It happened.
Yeah,
in the morning.
we're not picking at you. It's just honestly, we didn't know. That's why we asked.
It happened in the
We're
morning.
going for immersion. We get it.
All
it.
right,
Yeah.
So it's getting near your appointed time where you were supposed to be the inspector at your inn, which is not in this part of town.
Then we shall meander back.
As you walk back toward where he had set you up, you notice that the quality of the houses is getting better. So instead of being these basically connected rows of hovels, you are starting to get bigger dwellings. Not quite palatial estates, but the area where people who have a little bit of means would be living. There are also instead of just inns, and there are other shops around where you can purchase various doodads and maybe a little bit more upscale food than noodles.
Bah, humbug. The simple food is the best.
Okay.
Our samurai friend might want to go over here.
This is still a little bit beneath what the samurai are used to at their peak. Obviously, Lily, you've probably gotten used to.
I've gotten very used to
a little bit less.
Probably.
You've gotten used to a little bit less, but it does. It is. At one point to you, this was slumming it, and now it's more affluent than you have been. And I don't know what
with her personality, she would actually prefer this to what she was in. She wasn't exactly happy to be where she was either.
Right. And Wes, even though it looks like the people here are below you in station, they actually have more money than you do.
Especially now.
Everyone may have more money, but I am a samurai.
So, Monk, what was all your questioning about back there? Why were you so interested in the soy sauce?
Because our friend smelled like soy sauce.
Our friend?
Ah,
You mean that's what that smell was that woman had on her?
brilliant.
Absolutely.
You let me eat that.
You didn't eat the woman. You just ate the soy sauce.
I did, by the way.
It was
No,
good
I
soy
would've stopped.
sauce.
It was good soy sauce.
It was, and that was tainted forever.
I like my rice plain sometimes.
I've seen worse. I once saw an opium den where a man was trying to smoke something that wasn't opium. You don't want me to
What do
finish
you
that
know
sentence.
about any of this type of stuff? I'm sure your idea of a bad meal was the fish wasn't served on the proper porcelain.
That too, but I've had to break up an opium den. I've had to execute it. I've had to put down some opium dens. I've seen some things.
You put them down like what? Like dogs?
Yes, they're opium dealers and users.
You said you put down the dens.
Yes, that too. I put them down.
Man,
That's old school justice there.
I can already see that we won't be getting along, Samurai.
you made your way to the inn. And Inspector Ito is waiting for you.
Good evening, Inspector.
Oh, please forgive him.
Good evening,
Motions for
Inspector.
you to sit. He's gotten you 2 rooms, 4 beds, and has had them take out the walls so that you are all in one big room.
Shouldn't the lady be separate?
So if the lady wants to be separate, the lady's going to have to pay extra. But he motions for you to sit in the restaurant and orders food for you. Especially for you, Monk. You look like you've been drinking.
Yes.
I
have. I've had noodles as well.
Oh.
Well, some of them, in fact.
What did you find out?
We found out that the peculiar smell of our victim was soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Yes. How would a person... Wait a minute. That brown foam. Excuse me for a moment.
Be sick. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come quickly. Let me test the theory.
Those are some fine noodles.
Just what theory?
All right, come on outside. I'll hold your hair.
Come on.
Okay.
As she vomits, does the splashes of brown from the soy sauce match up with the brown foam on the dead woman's mouth?
Probably not.
No, she throws up a combination of noodles and stomach juice and
you didn't quite eat enough soy sauce.
I get what you're going for. It doesn't work that way. Have you ever seen a drowned man? Never mind. As you drown around your mouth.
I would stroke my
chance that she
thought, but I'm holding your hair.
A good chance that she may have been drowned in soy sauce. Or stored in it, possibly. I don't know.
Soy sauce
don't
is
think
quite
I will
salty.
ever
It
eat
would make
sauce
an
again.
interesting preservative.
Perhaps the competing merchant wanted to.
What are you doing here?
Observing the spectacle.
Well, he's standing with Inspector Isada, who's got his arms crossed, looking at you very quizzically, probably rethinking his plan for the easy way out and getting this inspection done by a third-party contractor.
My dear inspector, I can tell that you are possibly disappointed in our unorthodox methodology.
No, I just don't know what you're doing.
I'm holding the bounty hunter's hair as she vomits.
Is she standing up now? She's just brushing your hand off her hair. Stop that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm observing this.
But
what
our
he's saying
victim
is that
smelled of soy sauce.
Everyone give me a quick listen roll.
Oh, I get a...
Come on, dice. Really? No.
Okay.
93. Never.
I passed.
Okay. Rodney, you pass.
I did.
Isada also passes. And you hear a loud klaxon coming from the area where you just were. And Isada looks up and goes, "Shit, fire!" And starts taking off in the direction of the sound.
All right. I'll roll my staff up on my foot, kick it up in the air, catch it, and run after him.
All right.
I will pursue on foot.
Everyone, as you're running, give me spot hidden rolls.
I failed that.
Hot dang, 12. I make that.
Yep, passed it.
No, I passed that. I passed that.
You do not see the glow of a fire. Just as an aside, these cities are made of wood.
Yes.
Oh, it would
Fire.
be very clear if something was on fire.
Yes, if something was on fire, which is like the worst thing that can happen to a city, you would definitely see smoke and the orange glow in the distance. You don't see any of that, but that is the fire alarm. And you race with Isada towards the direction of the fire alarm and come into a street, a wide street that is lined with houses. There's a few people scattered around, kind of hiding behind things.
As I skid to a stop, I'm getting my katana ready, like my hands on the hilt, thumb on alert, because this is not normal.
Okay. Everybody, give me a sanity roll.
Oh boy, first sanity roll of the night. Hey, I passed that.
Yes.
I made it 59 out of 65.
These
85.
Chaosium dice I got from Nick Nicario are on fire this
They
evening.
are good dice. All right.
I failed.
Okay. Everyone will take 2 except for you, Wes, and you will take 2d2.
Let's say
2d2.
What is
Yeah.
it we see?
What makes a D2?
Just roll 2d4
Okay.
and half them.
Okay.
And round up.
2.
63.
I just didn't want you to lose less sanity by failing the roll than the people who made the roll, which has
Fair point,
happened.
fair
That
Oh, wait, that's 4.
All right, so you lost 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I figured that was just easier to do it like
Yeah,
that.
I forgot to add the 2.
Because it's not like completely mind blowing, but you do see the upper torso of the girl that you ran into earlier, or ran into you earlier. And then right around where her waist is, it starts to turn into a billowing smoke that narrows down into a curly Q, and she is floating. It's almost like Casper, but it's a billowing maelstrom of smoke that kind of blends in with what looks like a solid upper torso. That smell of soy sauce is everywhere, and she is making a beeline down the street.
Monk, I hate to tell you this, but I don't think that nonsense you did earlier worked.
Well, we'll just put her back.
All right, so here's
because I was paying attention in this part of the class.
Hold on one second.
So if I cut her if I cut her torso, will that solve the problem?
She's heading towards us, right?
No, she's actually heading away from you. So this is your dex order. I need Nick and Rodney to roll off. Just roll a d10. Whoever gets higher goes first.
Okay, it's probably going to be Nick.
Yeah, I got a 10.
I got a 1.
Okay, so it'll be Nick, it'll be Rodney, and then Lily, and then finally Wes. And actually, the yokai will go after Rodney. All right, so this is where we're at. So she is going down the street. That smell is overpowering in everywhere. It's almost like strong enough to make you physically ill. It's not going to affect your stats, but it is overpowering. And you can hear a low humming coming from her direction. That it's not a steady drone, but it kind of pulses in and out. But lower. I can't go that low without coughing. So, all right, what you doing?
Covering up my nose.
All right, Nick. So you are first.
Covering up my nose and then running towards it.
Okay. You can actually. It's not very far away, and it is not booking. It is moving at a slow and steady pace. You could see around you. There's several people passed out. There are some people who are cowering inside of doorways and behind ornamental plants, trees, lining the walk, that kind of thing.
I'm going to start heading towards it and shouting for people to get inside.
Okay. So that's your turn? Yep. Okay. Rod.
I will step out in the middle of the street, slam my staff into the ground, and command the spirit to halt.
Okay, so you're just saying halt?
Yes.
Are
I like the certainty in your voice, young man.
Okay. Are you using any skills with that halt, or are you just saying halt?
Let's see. Well, we've already detected the spirit, so I don't need to do that.
I don't think you need to find it, no.
Let's see. I don't know. Should I exorcise her?
That's up to you. I'm asking you if that's
I will begin the exorcism ritual.
Okay. So roll your power.
Oh my god. I've had too much to drink.
Figures.
So how bad did you fail it?
99, baby.
Oh, fortunately for you, she rolled a 91. So you both fail. So each of you will lose 5 points of MP.
Okay.
For those of you who are listening at home, this is a special skill for this particular campaign, and the performer of the exorcism pits a power versus power against the spirit that is being exorcised. Whoever wins the round loses 5 points of whoever loses the round loses 5 points of magic for each level of victory.
Yeah, we need to correct that in the description because
Yes, we
it says
do.
Wins.
You got to win. You got to lose the round to lose.
Okay, got it.
If the spirit's MP reaches 0, it is exorcised. If the priest's MP reaches 0, they must make a sanity roll and lose the creature's remaining MP in sanity. So that's what's going on, just so you're not like going, what the fuck are they doing? That's what the fuck they're doing. All right. So you each will lose 5 points for both chumping it. And next,
But did I at least get her attention?
yes, definitely. She slowly turns around. First, her head turns around all the way 180, and then the rest of her body follows. It's very slow. And as a matter of fact, she lets out a scream. And are you going to dodge or fight back, Rodney?
I will fight back.
Okay.
I got a 38 on my staff.
Okay. She actually, as her hand swipes at you, her fingernails just grow as they get closer to you, and you can feel just the air and the smell of the soy momentarily overpowers you, but she misses as the second hand comes in for an attack, and you would have a penalty die for this one.
Okay. That's a 15 with the penalty die.
She misses as well on the second one, and as both sets of claws come within inches of your face, but you were able to not get hit.
Well, since I was fighting back, I guess my staff is not doing any damage, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, her claw hit misses you, and you go up with it, and it passes through her arm, and you could see like where the smoke pops up, and where it would separate, the two halves of her arm. The smoke pops out and then comes back in. And once again, she has a solid arm.
Nice.
And that happens twice. It is now Nomiya. It is your turn.
No, and there's not much she can do except try to distract it, so she's gonna attack it too. Try to keep it in the area.
So how are you
from the monk so you can work on it?
All right, so how are you doing this?
Behind him, so she's just gonna try to attack it with her sword because she doesn't really know what to do to this thing.
Okay, are you going to use the die show?
Yeah.
Now, how are you going to?
I'm trying to remember how it works. Let me pull that up real quick.
All right, so this is how this works. It's another skill for the period. So you can get a bonus die on attack rolls at the cost of a penalty die on your defense rolls, so dodge or fight back. Or vice versa. You can get a bonus die on your defense roll at the cost of a penalty die on your attack roll. And then
can I take the defensive one? Because I'm expecting it to not hurt her. So if she starts coming at me, then I can defend myself. But yeah, she's gonna attack it.
Okay.
Stance is gonna be defensive.
So you attack it with a penalty die.
Yeah.
All right.
I miss.
Okay. She's not paying attention to you. And she's definitely focused on the monk. Ito, what are you doing?
I will do the exact same thing actually, because defensive on this thing.
Okay, so you can attack it with a penalty die.
Let's see that attack. I make it.
Yeah, your katana slices through. It's how well did you make it?
I made it 10 less than 60.
Okay, so you did it at regular?
Yeah, the regular success.
Okay, so yeah, your katana once again it slices clear through her, and you could see where it hits. You can see the trail of the smoke as it follows the line of the cut and curls around and billows out, and then gets sucked back into the entity.
Oh God!
Is it paying any attention to him?
No. Back to the top of the round.
First time dealing with a spirit, huh?
Yeah.
It is Yamamoto.
Yeah, I see they're not doing anything to it, like any physical damage, right?
Right. Yeah, and you can actually see that it's not doing damage. It's not like it's bouncing off armor or anything. It's going clear through them. It's like trying to hit smoke.
Okay. Well, I know that I'm like of no use here. Is there anybody in immediate danger besides those three?
Well, there's definitely people that are around the. Oh, you know what? One more thing. Sorry. My fault. Oh shit. So yeah, Yamamoto, or not Yam, that's you. Ishada starts to go to where people are gathered, and he starts to shuffle them out of the way. He's starting to gather people and getting them out of harm's way.
I'll do the same.
Don't worry. I'm a police officer. We're going to get you clear. We obviously have a professional who is going to get rid of the yokai, and we will be able to restore order. It looks like some are kind of weary. There's it's starting to get a little tense with the people around him. He failed miserably on his persuasion check.
Can I roll fast talk?
Sure.
I'm gonna spend 4 luck to make that.
Okay. What are you saying?
Everybody, it'll be okay. Just get inside, and the monk will take care of this. Just get out of danger, get out of harm's way. Just move it.
Okay.
I'm saying it that fast too.
And you made the roll?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you start to lead them down a side street, and you can see that some of the people that are start to bolt across the street that were on the other side, giving the combatants a wide berth. And you're leading them all into this back alley, which has several doors to different shops that you can attempt to get people in and out of danger.
Okay.
All right, Robbie, what are you doing?
I am going to redouble my efforts toward exorcism.
Okay.
Now, quick point of order. Can luck be spent to pass this roll?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like combat.
Okay. Actually, I believe that is a pass.
How
Hold
how
on a
well
second.
did you pass?
Pow, pow, pow. 1 point above difficult. So 38.
Yeah, so she passed with a hard. So you will lose 5 points.
Okay.
It's just one level difference, right?
Yeah, one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll lose 5 points.
Okay. Only got one more go at this.
Nomiya, it is your turn. What are you?
Yes, she doesn't have a clue what to do right now. Monk, what should we do?
Let me concentrate.
Okay, well, when he says that, she starts ushering if there are any people like on the other side, trying to get them to go away too.
So you're also getting people out of harm's way, escorting them to follow Ashada and Yamamoto. Okay, fantastic. And Ito, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take another. I'm gonna take another crack trying to slice this thing in half. I'm gonna see if I can get across the gut.
Okay.
Her.
What is your obsession with gut?
Her, and I thought you were a scholar, but whatever. All right.
Dead is dead.
Okay.
Yes, and she's already dead.
All right. So roll to see if you hit.
Okay. Whoops. That's yeah. And I'm going for the penalty die on the attack. And
I skipped her turn. We'll just do it after West. Sorry.
diddly. That was terrible. No,
All right.
I failed that.
Okay. So you took your penalty die on the attack, right? So you get a bonus die. Are you defending or are you fighting back?
Let's see. I'll be defending.
Okay. You have a bonus die as a claw. The smell of soy sauce starts to overwhelm you as a claw comes ripping toward your face. What'd you roll?
40.
Okay. Just tell me if you pass.
That's a regular success. That's
Okay.
right. Sorry, that's regular
Yeah,
success.
you're able to put your sword, and yeah, her claw comes down against your sword, and once again, it looks like your sword just cuts right through her, like even the flat of the blade, and her substance just puffs out, and then back in, and another claw comes at you, and you will have you won't get a bonus die on this, but a regular. Regular roll.
I also pass.
How well of a success did you get?
That is a regular success. If I could spend luck, I could make it into a hard success.
How much luck would you need to spend?
6 points.
Okay, so you spend the 6 points of luck, and are able to use your short sword, your wakizashi, as the other claw comes at you. You're able to interpose that between you and her, and once again, it looks like her hand hits the blade, and it looks like it should be cut off, but it just the substance just billows out like smoke, and it gets sucked back in. Now, top of the round, Yamamoto, you are still helping to get people in. Go.
Yeah.
All right. Really, it's at this point, unless you're attacking a thing, it's really Rodney versus Yokai. So, unless you guys want to attack,
give me your magic points.
we're gonna have Rodney do this. All right.
Is it possible to lend him magic points, or do I need to be touching him?
We don't lend magic points.
Magic points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't put that power in the list.
Rodney. Well, never mind. That'll be off camera. All right. All right. Let's go.
22. That is a hard success.
Oh well, it failed. So that's 2.
Take that.
2 levels of success. One final arm wrestle with the thing. I haven't figured out a really good way to describe the mental battle. If it was like a Kirby comic book, there'd be like flashes of light.
Circles everywhere. Dots.
I say the final words of the incantation, and just the power just emanating from my voice, and then just thrust my hand out, and it's like a blue flash.
There you go, a blue flash, and this time she seems to shrink, and her mass gets compacted into a bright grayish glowing ball that finally explodes, sending her substance out in all directions. You
in a physical type of
yeah, but I mean you detect this on the spiritual plane as well.
Oh, okay.
that she dissipates like that, but you can actually physically what everybody sees,
right,
is this shrinking, almost an implosion, and then it's soundless though.
Whew.
You collapse exhausted onto the dirt of the road.
I rush back to him. You okay?
That shit takes a lot out of you.
I grab a handful of rice out of the pot and I start putting it in his mouth.
I can move, damn it. I'm not paralyzed.
This is delicious.
Do you have any? I need a drink, is what I need.
Yeah, Ishada says, I think we all need a drink.
Yes.
Do we know where she was headed?
That way, and point to the direction.
Yep.
Well, let's
everyone,
go.
everyone give me listen rolls.
Almost spend those 2 points to make that.
Nope. Listening is not something I do, apparently.
So I heard it.
I just really need one person to make this roll.
I made it.
I had 2 points to make it.
All right. Yeah, you hear a couple of the people who were talking before, who were witnesses and were led out by Nick and Ishada. Sorry, I can't speak. That was that actually looked like I had her name. Fuck, come on. Her name is not Fuck. She's not from Africa.
Ooh, not at my table.
That's the village
That's
of
the
Fuck.
village.
Right near the mountain of fuck.
They had to name it after something. All right. Let's do
That
it.
placeholder was just the. Or fuck was just the placeholder.
Yeah.
There's a place in Borneo.
No, it's in Kenya.
I made one in Borneo too.
Where can
Oh, that's
you see
right.
lions?
It was the town.
Okay. So yeah, quick name change that I'll keep track of. Yeah, that looked like Osana. She hasn't been around here in years.
Where did she come from?
Oh, her it's she got a job. Her family sold her for a contract to
A soy sauce maker?
no, it was not a soy sauce maker. It was a tea house. She was supposed to be a server.
Mhm.
This is in
Sorry, go ahead.
this is in, I don't know why all my notes got erased. I'm kind of pissed.
Say it's in the
This is in
prefecture. Or
in
prefecture.
in Fukura. Fukure. But yeah, like her her parents are dead.
Where did she live?
Fukuroi was the 27th station along the road there, Nick. All right.
Okay. 27th station.
It's not the village of Fukuroi.
Fuck all right.
They lived in this neighborhood. This was years and years ago.
Which house?
He points to a house.
Does someone still live there now?
Yeah. I mean, these places don't stay empty very long. I mean, when people need housing, they need housing. They need housing. It's not like people choose to live here. You just do.
She was trying to go home.
That is a distinct possibility.
All right, and we're gonna leave it right there because it is late.
No. It's the hour of the rat.
It is getting toward the hour of the rat here on the East Coast. So,
Oh yeah.
we're gonna say thank you for listening to this. Thank you guys for playing. Keep your 30 luck points, and
I definitely got
learn
that.
how to say that in Japanese. And then, good night, Grace.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Grace.